Just wanted to show one of the mulberry growing tasks I do. I do a lot of mulberry grafting, and this one here is a everbearing variety at the rootstock. And I planted the everbearing tree last year. I grafted onto it in early May. It took, and it's growing really well. This is all grown out of the graft. So above here is the variety Hearttoot, which seems to be a great grower so far. It's my first year with that one. But now everything below it is part of the rootstock. So what I planted as rootstock. And I will cut off all of this stuff below here, and then I will unwrap the graft because it's doing so well. I don't want to choke it off. Sometimes I wrap multiple layers of parafilm or buddy tape. So sometimes that can choke it off if you leave it there too long. So 3 months-ish, 2 to 3 months is a good range if it takes and is growing really well. So there we go. I am done cleaning it up and removing everything below the graft point. And this is the graft point. It looks great. This is from May. So it's healed over that well. It's a little bit bulky in one area, which kind of shows you I'm glad I removed the grafting tape because it was a little too tight right here. Which isn't a problem now, but if I left it on for 2 more months, it would start to choke out the graft and it could snap in the wind. Now, if I want to, I can brace it here, but honestly, this one is thick enough and it is sealed around it well enough, healed over, that I won't worry about anything like that. And this is what it looks like. And this variety is Hearttoot, one I like a lot, and I will be doing a video on some mulberries in combination with Mark from Ding Dong's Garden sometime probably in the next week. And we're going to talk about some of the varieties that we really like that are easy to root. And so far Hearttoot has actually rooted for me. So that might be one of them, but there's other ones. This one here might be one of them too. Both of these. This was a lost tag tree, but it was one of those 2 varieties. All right. So make sure you unwrap your grafts if they're tight after about 2 to 3 months. And then with any grafted tree, anytime you remove all of the stuff below it, below where the graft point is, you just make the tree channel all that energy into the variety you want it to be and not the rootstock. Because if it puts enough energy into the rootstock and grows enough here, it can start to starve the graft point because it wants to grow the branches that were part of the tree originally. But if you remove them, it puts all that energy into the graft point, and after a couple years they don't even pop up anymore sometimes. That's a lot of growth for just 2 months. I actually did one more step with this one here, which is after that I put a cage around it because we get a tremendous amount of deer pressure in this area. So I even put a little one over the top. These are the cages I use for winter protection for some of my sensitive fig trees. And I can repurpose them in grafting season for protecting some of the grafts that are a little more delicate than a tree that was grown on its own rootstock, for the first year at least. After that, they should be fine. Deer have already munched on the leaves on this one. If you see that big leaf bitten in half there, and some of those other missing leaves, deer have already got to this one, but it'll be fine.